Alright everybody, welcome to the wood shop. So today I got a little piece of cedar on the thing, and yes, we have Rico the kitty cat with us today. Hello Rico. Okay, so I got this piece of cedar. It's been sitting outside behind the shop for quite a while, and so I cut into it today, and you can see how it kind of, you lose all your color, and if you didn't know what it was when you cut into it, you can see it's got this pretty red color in there. So this piece has got a ton of cracks in it. Ton of cracks. But we're going to go with it and see what happens. So I'm going to set you up here, and you can see we got all kinds of cracks and what have you. So but we're going to give it a shot. Alright, let's take a second here. I got this thing down, and let's see what's going on here. Okay, so this chatter right here is just going to happen with this white part of the wood. That's pretty normal with cedar. All this is very normal with cedar. Okay, now we got one problem here. We got a crack running right through here. Okay. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to go in here and go straight in and take this off and shorten it up. I'm not saying it's going to eliminate it, but it'll also eliminate this crack. So we got cracks right here that are radiating up. So we're going to try to cut them off. Again, not to say that it's not going to crack, because it still could very well. So if we cut this off. So then we're left with this. So sometimes people ask me, well, how do I come up with my shapes? I just kind of let it go where it goes. I can't tell you why, but see, we have a crack here. That may be on where a little limb was or something. It's hard to tell. And see, we got a crack here. So we got cracks everywhere, but that's okay. No worries. So I'm going to keep going, and and I always wear my dust mask. One, because it keeps the dust out of my nose, and I know I'm breathing it in right now because I have it off, but I did let it settle a little bit. And I also wear gloves. Don't freak out. Don't freak out on the gloves. I know a lot of people make comments about not wearing gloves. You know what? When you turn, you don't have to wear gloves, but I'm wearing them. So whatever you want to do. And of course, I got my face shield there. Probably should wear glasses under that, but it just creates another layer of glare, so I don't do that, but I probably should. These two things are on me. Gloves and that are on me. Okay, so I have been duly warned. Thank you very much. But I do this, and this also, in my mind, it protects my face. So if there was something to go forward, at least it would be a little bit of a cushion, because this thing is kind of rubbery. So I feel like if something did fly off and it did make it somewhere, I would at least have a little bit of protection. And this is one of those 3M things. So anyway, all right. So I'm going to keep going with this. Try to get you a little bit better angle, and see where we wind up with this one. It may be a very small little bowl. We just don't ever know. That's the whole point of this video. You just don't ever know until it finishes. And even when you finish it, it could crack afterwards. So you just don't know. Okay, so what I'll now, I did my mortise on the end here, so this will be where my chuck goes in, and that'll be my connection. I always try to make it mostly as tight as I can, because this is flared. See how that's flared? And so it'll grab hold of that, so it's fine. So now I got to deal with this chatter a little bit. You see, I put a little bit of a shape on it, just a little bit. But now I want to sand it to see if I can get rid of this. If not, we'll have to come back. But it doesn't take long just to sand it, because cedar is very soft. And so I'm not going to show you that because it just makes a mess. And but I'll sand this, see how it does. If not, I'll have to come back and do a little more turning. We'll just see. Alright, so as you can see, real quick sand, just a few minutes. 60 and 80 grit sandpaper there. So I'll leave it alone there. I won't go any further until we do the inside, and then we'll sand it all together on a final. But that came out pretty good. There's still a few little knots, but you know what? It's a piece of wood. And I think it looks good already. I like the grain there. It's neat. And of course you got it on the other side, the flip side, and in the middle. So we got rid of most of that white colored wood, but it's okay to have some. Got rid of most of that. So anyway, alright, so now the procedure is we flip it around, install the chuck, and put it on there, and then we start doing the inside. And what I usually do is I have a Forstner bit and I plow out the middle first, so that I'll have a you know, somewhere to start, and makes it a lot easier. Plus they can kind of gauge the depth on that. So alright, here we go. light here. Okay, that's it. I'm not going any further or any deeper than this. I've got some cracks. Let me see if I can get rid of that light. I got some cracks right here. I have a crack here, and I'm not going any further. I'm about to right here, and then the mortise is there, so that'll leave a nice little base on it, just to have something to sit on it. I don't like to turn cedar very thin because it is very prone to crack, and so I don't want to give it any reason to crack more than it already is in spots. So I'm going to sand this, and I'll bring you back when we start thinking about putting a finish on it. Alright, so we're going to go with tung oil, and what I found with this is put it on, and we'll put it on with some 800 sandpaper, and I just like to put it on my finger so that way it doesn't soak into anything. It seems like it goes a little further because if you put it on a rag first, it's going to do it. But look at that color. We got a kitty cat joining us. When I shut the lathe off, the cats come back. They don't like the thing. They don't like the sound, I guess. Ooh, look at that color. Isn't that nice? Get as close as we can on the bottom. See, a lot of that's soaking right in. And then, of course, what doesn't soak in we'll be wiping up. But we want to make sure it's got plenty until it stops taking it. And then, in probably a couple months, what I'll do is I'll come back and put a coat of beeswax after this. I guess it evaporates more than anything once it settles. And you can put another coat of tung oil, but tung oil will only, if it doesn't soak in, it's not a finish. It's an oil, and it will soak in. And this is natural, 100% pure tung oil. It doesn't have any dryers or anything in it. So this is only gonna evaporate out. It's not gonna harden or anything like that. It's just like putting motor oil on something, I suppose. It's gonna take a while to really get good and dry. And some people are allergic to tung oil too, so keep that in mind too if you're using it, because it comes from a tree nut, so it could be allergic. So I wouldn't eat out of this or anything, but some people do. Okay, so I'm gonna get some 800 here. Let's go over here and get us some 800. Some 800, and we just need a little piece of 800. Doesn't take much. Okay, and right now I'm not wearing my mask and I'm not wearing my face shield, so everyone beware. We got it turned down all the way, and we're just going to work this in a little bit. And see, it's not really doing anything. You see, it's just kind of floating here. And but it's going to make it super smooth. Ooh. It's going to make it super smooth. And I think it works out well. I saw this trick. I can't remember who I saw it for, but I'm not taking credit for it. And I'm not taking credit for it. But it does help. Okay, good enough. All right, now I'm going to take the old t-shirt here, something nice and soft, find us a clean area, and try not to wrap it around the lathe. And we're going to wipe it and give it a good wipe. We're just going to stick that in there and soak up whatever's not there. Pick up any left over. And that's what we're going to do. I'm just looking on the inside. Hope you all can see somewhat here. Okay. It's going to be a little wet. It's going to dry out a little bit, not a lot, but it will definitely dry out a little bit. We got to put a little bit on the bottom. See, because we're here, and you can see the contrast here. And we'll get us a little more here for the bottom. And always just pour a little bit in the bottom, like that. And if we need a little more, we can get a little more. If we got too much, we can pour it back in there. It's not going to hurt a thing. And the thing about tongue oil too, I like, is it doesn't really go bad. As long as you keep the top on it, it's not really gonna go bad. It's just gonna sit there and wait till you come back. Alright, well there you have it. There you have it. Get your So in other words, the tree would have been this way growing up. Because there's your rings. Would have been growing like that. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, so that's it for the Cedar Bowl. So thanks for stopping by the wood shop, everybody, and checking it out, and hope you have a good week. Take it easy.